Right, we're going to get started. So, good evening, everybody. This is the 2020 edition of the Student Leadership Awards, put on by the Office of Student Life and Conduct, part of the Division of Student Affairs. Thank you for being here. This is, of course, highly unusual. It's an odd time, but we need to do stuff like this. It's important than ever that we continue to do things like this. We talked about how we wanted to do these awards, but we never for a second considered not doing them. Much like our students continue to host club meetings and club events, this event had to happen. But it just the format was going to have to be tweaked, and that's okay. You know, leadership is about change. It's about adapting to change. Our students know that better than anyone. So I do want to recognize the students. Not only the specific students that are being honored tonight, but all of our students that have been helping us get through this. The students have been in terms of adapting to online classes and now online engagement and club meetings and all of that kind of stuff that we need to keep our campus vibrant, even in a virtual space. So as I said, this was going to happen, this event, no question about it. So I want to just thank you, student leaders, for your efforts, for your time. I want to thank the advisors. Sometimes the advisors are overlooked a little bit, but the advisors put in a lot of time to guide these students through these co-curricular activities and help them grow into stronger leaders. And the advisors are voluntary. They don't have to do this. And so is student involvement in all its forms. All of the students that go and do all these wonderful events and all these service projects, they're doing this on their own time. They don't have to do it for a class. This is something they want to do because it's something they're passionate about. And that means a lot to us in our office. And we would just want to acknowledge that's something extra that everybody's doing. So thank you to student leaders, to advisors. Also, thank you to any of the family members and friends that are watching. Thank you for understanding sometimes the crazy hours that your students have to keep to run a club meeting or an event, or to come to a leadership weekend, to be away for an entire weekend. So thank you for understanding and supporting that. It's really important to the students' growth, and it's going to really serve them well going forward. So as I mentioned, we were going to have to tweak the format. Obviously, we usually feed you guys dinner. We couldn't do that tonight. You all had a nice dinner or will be having one after. I still put my suit on for everybody. I put some cologne on so it smelled nice for everybody. Am I wearing Bergen's pants with this suit? Who can say? We'll have to leave that one hanging there. But we wanted it still to have an air of ceremony to it. So what I'd like to do now is introduce a man who knows better than anyone how important adapting to change is in a leadership scenario. Dr. Ross is a huge supporter of student life and student engagement. He gets it, and we really appreciate that. But he's also shown tremendous leadership through this time, and I just want to really acknowledge that, because whatever Dr. Ross thought he was signing up for, it wasn't this, because this has literally never happened before. So thank you, Dr. Ross, and with that, I'm going to turn it over to you. I'm going to unmute you, and well.
All right, thank you, Greg, and I appreciate that introduction. And you're right. I had no idea what I was signing up for or getting into when I agreed to become the interim president at Bergen, but I can tell you, it's been a wonderful experience. I joined the college in September, as you know, as the interim vice president for student affairs. And for those students who don't know, and the advisors, my background has been student affairs throughout my entire career, with the exception of a presidential stop along the way prior to becoming the interim president at Bergen. And so recognizing and honoring students and working with students throughout my career, that's been my fuel and that's been my energy. And you're right about change. We've all had to adapt to change over the last 2 months. And it's been difficult for some. It's been a whirlwind for all of us. And most importantly, I think the students have shown tremendous adaptability. And as you indicated earlier, that's what leadership is all about. Being able to lead when situations change, and to lead and let others lead when the opportunity calls for itself. But all in all, It's just great to be a part of this celebration and to be at Bergen Community College. I want to say that even for those of you I can't see, it's good to be with you tonight. And while, normally I'd be there with you, like as Greg said, over dinner and shaking your hands and giving you hugs, I just know you're getting that virtual hug tonight and that handshake and chest thump from all of us. So just want to say that I want to bring you greetings, or I do bring you greetings on behalf of your fellow students, the faculty, staff, and administrators of Bergen Community College. And while the pandemic has forced us to change our lives and our activities, we can always find ways to meet and certainly ways to celebrate and to celebrate the accomplishments of our students. And yes, tonight, while our celebration is different and it's a virtual celebration, it's vitally important that we recognize you, our students, and our student leaders for all that you've done for your college. I want to take a few moments just to say thank you also to the student life and conduct team. I want to say thank you to the advisors for the work that you've done throughout the course of the year, and for the team to continue the virtual activities that you've set up for all of our students this over the past couple of months. It's been amazing, and believe me, it's made a tremendous difference. So with that, I just want to say thank you. It's great to be with you this evening, and let the festivities begin. Thanks, Greg.
Thank you very much, Dr. Russ. Appreciate you being here. It really means the world to us that you're here tonight. Thank you so much. So we're about ready to get this thing started. So the format is going to be as follows. You have the program. For any of you that came in late, I will paste it back into the group chat. That's the program for tonight. I can also, I'm also going to pull it up on the screen in a little bit, but what we're going to do is we're going to talk about some of our student staff first, and then we're going to move into the leadership awards. And when we get those awards, let me, I'll get to that when we get to that. So what I'm going to do first, I'm going to introduce our newest staff member, Matt Bigiani. He joined us just this year, and he's going to talk a little bit about our student staff. Dr. Russ mentioned some of the online programming that we've been doing, and Matt had a huge hand in that, and he's really just been a tremendous addition to our team. He's always having a great day. He wants to make sure you're always having a great day. So Matt, take it away.
Thank you, Greg. Salutations, everyone, on this warm and wonderful evening that we have here. So in my first year as the Student Leadership Commons Generalist, I was blessed with an absolutely incredible staff. Each individual has been so helpful and integral in making this year successful. As the year progressed, each staff member has grown in their own respective way, and I'm so proud of each and every one of you. The sudden changes that the pandemic brought to the semester effectively changed the roles of both our professional and student staff. I can't stress enough the extraordinary job they did in adjusting to these changes. The programming efforts were phenomenal given the unique circumstances, and although this is not how I envisioned the end of the semester, it goes without saying that this was an excellent year. Thank you, staff, for your hard work and dedication.
Thank you so much, Matt. And if anyone scrolls to the end of that booklet that I put in the chat there, you will see our student staff and some words that that Matt wrote for all of them. So if you want to get to know them a little better, you'll see them there. So thank you, Matt. So we're going to move into the meat of the presentation today, and that is the leadership awards themselves. How we're going to do it is our staff is going to read out the name of the club, the name of the student, and the advisors. I'm going to put the slides up that are also in the book that you have there, and we're going to go through them fairly quickly because, as I said, since we're not feeding you, we're going to keep it brief. But you can read all about them in the booklet. And what I would like to do is, if we have time at the end, we can open it up for any advisors or students that would like to say a few words. But this initial giving out of the awards is going to be fairly quick. So let me get the booklet ready. It's never quite a way to do this smoothly when you're doing a WebEx presentation in a meeting. It's Always a little bit bumbly, but that's all right. All right, so this is our program. So first up, we are going to have Nicole Babington doing our first batch of awardees. Nicole's been with the Office of Student Life nearly as long as I have, so she's our longest standing staff member apart from myself. She works on all the logistics for the club meetings and events, and she's always make sure everybody is doing the things the right way, and it's a tremendous amount of work. I'm sure anyone who worked with her, she is at what she does, and nothing on our campus from a student involvement standpoint would happen without Nicole. So, Nicole, if you want to take it away.
Thanks, Greg. Good evening, everyone. I'm going to start with the Leadership Awards. Our first one is for the Respiratory Care Club, and that award goes to Jerry Kidavanthong, presented by Dr. Amy Sassoni. Congratulations, Jerry. Our next is for Bergen Pride, the GLBTQ Alliance of BCC, and that award goes to Alexander McParland, and that's presented by Linda Seidman and Jim Baumgartner as the advisors. Congratulations, Alexander. Our next one is for the Computer Science Club, Javier Marte, and that is presented by Professor Alex Liu. Congratulations, Javier. The next one is for the Dance Club, Kelsey Arts, presented by Jeanette DeShook and Lynn Needle. Congratulations, Kelsey. Then we have the Legal Studies Club, presented to Maria Coppola by Lisa Mayer, advisor. Congratulations, Maria. Our next one is for Bergen BPM, and this is presented to Ginny Lackey, presented by Dan Sheehan, Andy Cricken, and Patrice DiVincenzi, advisors. Congratulations, Jenny. Then we have the Dental Hygiene Club, presented to Brianna McLean, presented by Deborah Cook, advisor. Congratulations, Brianna. Then we have the BCC Mathematics Club, presented to Andrew Michelle, presented by Nelda Latham, advisor. Congratulations, Andrew.
All right. The next batch of awards is going to be presented by Jared Farah. Jared's been with us for a couple of years now. He, as everyone knows, has a huge personality. He's so great with the students. He's great with getting our events going. He handles our social media. He's, again, been another tremendous addition to our team in recent years. He also makes sure everybody gets paid on time. If any of you have had reimbursements or events that needed payment, he does that too. But he's so much more than that. He's just a great guy to have around. So, Jared, you're going to do your bit.
Thank you, Greg. And as some of you know, I try to get you paid on time. Sorry about that. For the Hospitality Club, we have Joe Turan, and he was nominated by John Bandman. Congratulations, Joe. For the Future Business Leaders of America, we have Damon Djanowski, and he was nominated by Albert Cupo. Congratulations, Damon. For the InterVarsity Christian Fellowship, we have Arlene Madrid, and she was nominated by Professor Bordana. Congratulations, Arlene. For the Latin American Student Association, we have Yasin Polak, and he was nominated by Amparo Carding and Gloria Savalos. Congratulations, Yasin. Next, we have Bards and Scribes, and the winner was Caden Salento, and he was nominated by Mary Crosby. Congratulations, Caden. Next, we have the Bergen Wings Club, and the winner is Hector De La Cruz, and he was nominated by Bill Clappert. Congratulations, Hector. For the Bergen Porch, we have Patrick Sau, and he was nominated by Sue Toth. Congratulations, Patrick. And For Mock Trial Club, we have Michelle Steidel, and she was nominated by Meshaleen Farhat. Congratulations, Michelle.
All right. Before we move on to the next batch, I'm going to ask that anyone who is not speaking to please mute yourself. I can't mute the room while I have this PowerPoint going, so if you could kindly do that for me. I hear some cross noise. All right, so the next batch is going to be presented by Jenny Gamez. She's our longest tenured part-timer. She works with student conduct. She makes sure everyone's record requests are taken care of. But again, she's been a part of the student life family since she was a student at Bergen. I always say she's our secret weapon at commencement. We won't get to put her to use the same way this year as we normally do, but she's always there for us with whatever we need. So Jenny Gamez.
Thank you, Greg. Okay, so we have Campus Connections, we have Caleb Washington, nominated by advisors Lois Carmichael and Jessica Peacock. Congratulations, Caleb. For International Student Association, we have Andre Rodriguez, nominated by advisor Mine Urgulu. Congratulations, Andre. For Phi Theta Kappa Honor Society, we have Tyler Zamsky, nominated by advisors Angie Goldsmith, Lisa Mayer, and Win-Win Keaton. Congratulations, Tyler. For Chinese Club, we have Peng Chi, nominated by advisor Rong Wang. Congratulations, Peng. For Black Student Union, we have Kinde Makapta, nominated by advisor Dr. Damian Davis. Congratulations, Kim Day. For Korean Students Association, we have Ji Woo, nominated by advisor Mina An. Congratulations, Ji. Next, for Diva Girls Club, we have Genesis Capellan, nominated by advisor April Harrison. Congratulations, Genesis. And lastly, for the Veterinary Technology Club, we have Jade Tallis, nominated by advisor Lisa Picht and Nicole Humphreys. Congratulations, Jade.
Right. Thank you, Jenny. We had one that came in late for Pasalubang. We didn't have a chance to make a slide, but we wanted to quickly mention that. Susanna Lansigan nominated for Pasalubang, Amy Balancing. So congratulations to Amy from Pasalubang as well. So that's all of our student winners this year. I mentioned the advisors earlier. So we have to switch gears for a moment here. We unfortunately lost an advisor this year, a faculty member. And here to speak more about him is really the heart and soul of student life, Jolie Nelson. Most of you know her and know her as that, the heart and soul of student life. So Jolie, if you'd like to say a few words about Professor Allen Ennisky.
Thank you very much, Greg, and it's very great to see you here tonight. We have 75 people, I'm delighted, but I will say a few words in memoriam of Professor Allen Ennisky. We were all saddened. The entire Office of Student Life was saddened to hear of the recent passing of our MTM club advisor, Professor Allen Ennisky. Over the years, our office developed a warm and good relationship with the professor. He preferred to conduct all his club business in person. He would stop into our office and say, I thought I would tell you about our club trip. Or instead of emailing you, our club may need some refreshments for the event. Or let me tell you how well our students are doing. He, a computer man by profession, preferred the face-to-face conversation. He knew the importance of personal connection. He developed meaningful connections and mentoring relationships with quite a few fortunate students during his years at Bergen Community College. He guided and followed these amazing future leaders as they continued their education in their careers. His club trips to the IBM headquarters up in Purchase, New York were famous. A student was lucky to snag a seat on the bus. In fact, a few students snagged IBM internships and even jobs, thanks to this, our dedicated professor. This past September, when our semester started a little later than usual, he was so disappointed to have missed the first 3 days of school because he was sailing on a South Pacific cruise, his wife's dream trip, I might add. He said he would have changed his cruise dates had he known that school was starting a little earlier this year. That's how committed he was. We shall all miss Professor Eliscu's visits, his chats about his world travels, his beaming about his own successful children, and his dedication to our Bergen students. His online obituary said he found his true calling not as a very successful businessman, but as a Bergen Community College professor. So we say thank you and farewell, dear Professor Eliscu. May you rest forever in a peaceful harbor.
Thank you so much, Julie. That was beautiful. If we could just take a moment of silence for Professor Eliscu. Thank you, Alan. Great. Thank you, everybody. So we are going to move on to the next section of the program, and that's going to be the student conduct special recognitions. So I'm going to introduce Ian Wolf. He's our coordinator of student conduct and information. And of course, we're all one big team in student life and conduct. So he's always helping out with events, and he's an SGA advisor with myself and Jared. And he loves working with students. Unfortunately, some of his initial interactions with students are negative because of the conduct piece, but he turns it around. He always turns it into something productive and wonderful for them. And he loves having positive interactions with students. So, Ian.
Well, thank you, Greg. Thank you, everyone, for tuning in. And Greg, for organizing this. It's a great way to bring the end of an academic year together, given all the co-curricular involvement from everyone who's on this call. So for the student conduct recognition, I wanted to just talk about something not in regards to like any student conduct cases or anything like that, but in regards to policy development here at the college. So the Office of Student Life and Conduct received 3 grants to focus on tobacco control initiatives back in 2018. We received that grant funding from the American Cancer Society and the New Jersey Prevention Network. The purpose of these grants, again, to focus on tobacco controls, were to focus on making a policy that was comprehensive, that banned tobacco use and all tobacco products on campus, cessation, which is helping individuals quit who are current tobacco users, and third, educational programming to ensure that individuals at the college know everything that they need to know about tobacco use and the negatives that it does to your body. So the funding for the grant, the 3 grants concludes at the end of this May. So after nearly 20 months of work. And in regards to creating the grants, our office launched the Breathe Clear Campus Task Force to fulfill these goals. The task force has represented many constituencies over the last 2 academic years, most importantly, students. The co-chair for the Breathe Clear Campus Task Force has been the Chief Justice in the student government for the last 2 years, Bella Setti and Robin Yu, who you'll hear from very shortly. In regards to programming, the task force successfully hosted the Great American Smokeout this past fall, as well as oral cancer screenings and pulmonary function tests, as well as an Earth Day virtual program that we did just a couple of weeks ago. In regards to cessation, the college nurse, Danya, our own healthcare hero, is now a certified tobacco dependence treatment specialist, and will have more resources when we return to campus to help individuals look to quit smoking. And for the last thing, in terms of policy, I'm happy to announce, and I'm very happy to see that Dr. Ross is on the call still, that this past Tuesday, the college's Board of Trustees passed a revised smoking tobacco-free policy, where not only are any tobacco products barred from campus, but also any use of electronic cigarettes or vapes effective immediately. So I've wanted to thank everyone that's been part of this project for having this come to fruition after a long journey, 2 years. And I'm going to hand it back to Greg. That's the student conduct recognition. It takes the community to see goals to reality.
And Greg, if you don't mind, I just want to thank Ian for his outstanding work on shepherding that smoking policy through fruition. I mean, through completion. He was dogged in his approach, which I really appreciate, Ian, and that is a compliment. And you were also very patient with working with me and others as we wound our way through that process. So great job. You know, truly appreciate it.
Thank you, Dr. Ross.
Great. Congratulations, Ian, and to really your whole committee. And dogged is probably the most apt adjective I've heard for you in a while. I'm going to definitely be using that. Thank you, Dr. Woods. All right, so our next section of the program is going to be the SGA portion. You just heard about Robin Yu. He's the outgoing SGA Chief Justice. And he's going to talk a little bit about the SGA Innovation of the Year. So Robin is one of the most poised students I've worked with in a long time. He did a great job this year, as Ian said. So Robin, here we go.
Hello, everyone. I just got a nosebleed, so please excuse my look. Luckily, I didn't get it on my white shirt, so that's a plus. It is an honor to present the Innovation of the Year award to all the members of the Breathe Care Campus Task Force, which I had the absolute privilege of co-leading this year with Ian Wolf. I want to thank the students, faculty, and staff that have served passionately and tirelessly on the task force in an amazing collaborative effort to change our college's smoking policy for the better. Although I am immensely proud of this great achievement, our work is far from over. And with that said, moving forward, I call upon the student leaders here today to help transition the task force into a club to continue the work in bringing health and responsibility to our campus community. Thank you and congrats again for Innovation of the Year.
All right. Thank you, Robin. Moving on to the next SGA award, we're going to have Helen Whitty coming. She is the outgoing SGA Vice President. Helen actually ran for Student Government Vice President, having never been in student government before, but she took on that mantle and she's done a tremendous job this year. Very proud of her. It's been a pleasure working with her. And she's going to present the SGA Member of the Year Award. So, Helen.
Hello, everybody. My name is Helen Whitty. I'm the outgoing Vice President for the 2019-2020 school year. So every year, the SJE Board announces an award for a member who has done a phenomenal job. This year, I am proud to announce that the SGA Member of the Year is Ariana Fernandez-Bazan. Ariana was our Public Relations Chair for the spring 2020 semester. She established a strong social media platform. When she became chair, she highlighted members of the SGA on the Instagram and worked with fellow committee chairs to advertise events. When Bergen closed due to coronavirus, she held an even stronger presence on social media. She posted tips on how to succeed in online classes. She communicated advice and notices from college officials to the student body, and she helped ensure a successful student government election. Ariana, thank you for everything you have done for this organization. I wish you the best of luck at Rutgers University, New Brunswick in the fall. Thank you.
Thank you, Helen. Congratulations, Ariana. Well deserved. I do want to apologize, Ariana. It's not in the book because you work very closely with our office, and we wanted it to be a surprise. So that's why your award's not in the book. So next up, we're actually going to have Student Organization of the Year, and we're going to have the Student Government Treasurer, the continuing Student Government Treasurer, Elijah Serrano. Elijah actually came to us because he was in my EBS class that I was teaching, and I was able to convince him to get involved because that's really my motive when I teach a class, is to get students involved. So we started working with our office, and now he's Student Government Treasurer going on his second year running. So Elijah.
Hello, guys. As Greg has said earlier, just now, oops, I'm sorry. My name is Elijah Serrano. I am the continuing SGA treasurer, and I met him through my EBS class. This award is called the Student Organization of the Year. Usually, this award is rarely given to people, and we are awarding it to the Aviation Club, or AKA better known as the Bergen Wings Club, for their outstanding spotlight that the club did during their time in the beginning of this semester. No, beginning of last semester. I'm sorry. And at the beginning of the year, we really wanted to find a way to make space of our room, SC 110, which is the Students' Commons Lounge. And we really wanted to be able to have routes put down for each student in each club and make it open for people. And thus, the Student Organization Spotlight was born. With their outstanding showcase of what the Aviation Club is, they set the bar super high. I don't know if any of you guys saw, but Greg was showing a little bit of the pictures that we had in the very beginning through the slideshow that he was doing. They took the room and they really made it their own. They had flight simulators in there. They had a walkway in there. They had a TSA security as soon as you stepped through the door, which is why we say that they set the bar, exceeding all our expectations on what we want the student spotlight to look proceeding onward. Yeah.
All right. Thanks so much, Elijah. And congratulations to Bergen Wings, aka the Aviation Club. If any of you did see the program that Elijah was talking about, they really did transform the space. We didn't even recognize our own office. They did a really excellent job with that program, and it really set the bar. So thank you to them. Thank you, Elijah. We're now going to move on to the swearing in of our new officers for student government. I mentioned that Elijah is continuing as treasurer, but we are swearing in a new president and vice president. And to do so, we have Bernadette Duran, the outgoing SGA president. Another student I'm very proud of. I'm going to miss very much. So Bernie, we're going to get you here, and we need our officers to be here. This might get a little messy. We have never done a swear in this way before, so give it a shot. Bernie, are you here?
Yes, I'm here, Greg. Thank you everybody for coming to tonight. I know that it's not the way that we envisioned, but definitely our achievements should be honored, and I'm very proud for all student leaders and all advisors and for everybody for putting in like their best foot forward and going through with everything. So with the swear in, I was trying to get my computers, both of them, and both of them aren't working. However, to each of the incoming e-board members, I did send an individual copy of the oath. So this is the first time. This is very exciting. As procedure goes, I'm going to repeat a statement and then you will follow. And where it says position and your name, say your position and your name. All right? Is everybody ready? Is Layla, Elijah, Kyung, are you ready? All right. So let us proceed. The members of the Student Government Association shall be sworn by oath to follow and support this Constitution and its bylaws. This oath shall be administered as follows. Is it your firm desire to be President, Vice President, Treasurer of the Student Government Association of Bergen Community College?
Yes, it is my desire.
Thank you. And please unmute yourselves. Please repeat after me. I, your name,
Layla Matwali,
pledge my honor
to
observe the laws of this governing body
observe the laws of this governing body
and to comply with all the rules and regulations
for
the government thereof. To faithfully perform the duties of the office to the best of my ability and skill. I shall represent the interests of the student body
I shall represent the interests of the student body
of Bergen Community College,
of Bergen Community College,
and I shall uphold
and I shall behold
and preserve
and preserve
the Student Government Association Constitution.
the Student Government Association Constitution.
All right, congratulations to President Layla, Vice President Ha Kyung, and Treasurer Elijah. Thank you so much, guys. It was an honor serving as your president and looking forward to the great things that will happen next year.
All right. Thank you very much, Bernadette. Thank you for your time and service to SGA, and we look forward to working with you, Layla and Hakyung. We are going to have, in this virtual scenario, Layla's oath will be going for the entire e-board. We'll do another swearing in the future for the other members. So that before we close out a formal part of the presentation, I'm going to kick it back just for another minute to Matt Bigiani. He said some nice words about our student staff, but he's also would like to recognize them all by name. And as I said, if you want to read more about them and see their lovely photos, you can look in the book that we linked to earlier. But Matt, if you want to just give a shout out one more time to our crew.
What's going on, guys? I just want to shout out our graduating staff and our other staff members that are remaining for another year at Bergen. So first, we have Camilla Lazaro, Juliana Pinto, and Amoria Burks. Congratulations, guys. You guys are going to do big things. All of you. Next, we have Miguel Atanasio, Melanie Rodimer, Elijah Serrano, Yurimi Cha, Layla Metwali, Stephen Machuca, Kayana Graham, Paul Heisler, and Christian Pajaro. All of you have been so helpful this year, and I don't know how I could have gotten through this semester without all of you. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Matt. Thank you, student staff. For those of you graduating, we're going to miss you. And those of you continuing, we're looking forward to it. It's going to be a brave new world as we move through the summer and into the fall. But we're gonna meet it head on. So we're gonna kind of close it out here. I just want to say thank you one more time to our students, to our advisors, the families. Actually, one other person I want to thank, Wilson Aguilar from PR. He put together that book that I linked to you guys, the PDF, and we're sending him stuff up to the last minute as always, but he always does a great job, as does everyone in PR. I want to thank all the departments that help out with events, media, cafeteria, buildings and grounds, all those folks that help your event work out. Everyone does a great job supporting our students at Bergen. To any staff in the room today that just came to check this out, I appreciate it. It's great to see people that we haven't been able to see. So thank you so much for being here. I love that we were able to do this tonight. I love that we've been able to keep things going with our virtual club meetings and events and commencements. But I would be remiss if I didn't say how much we miss you guys, how much we miss seeing you every day. And I do hope we get back to that soon. Anyone who does this kind of work, and even any type of work in education, really, we all know that it's those in-between moments when people stop into your office, you pass them in the hallway. That's when things really happen. That's when bonds are formed, and really when, especially with student leadership, that's sort of when those things start to really happen. It's when the magic happens, I guess you could say. But I really do want to say that our team really misses seeing you students, especially. I say this every year, but without you, there is no us, quite literally. If you weren't involved students, we would have no jobs, and we would be not have meaningful careers that we do. So thank you so much for everything. Our leadership slogan for the past couple of years has been "Lead well, save the world," and I think that's got to continue for a while, because we need that now. And great leaders are what we need to save the world. And I thought that before this all happened, and it's true. And we have those students. I see them every day. So don't lose sight of that. Don't lose sight of that power you have, that kindness, that goodness that you all have, because that's what we need. So thank you very much. What I'm going to do right now, I'm going to try this. I don't know if this is going to work at all. I'm going to unmute everybody, and we're going to give a round of applause to all of our winners tonight. All
Thank you very much.
Good job, Greg. Great job, team.
All right, thank you so much. I've